Okay, mate. Fantastic work on the UKT. You bought some Lista. I still hold my Lista, and I would like to add more on a new year. Any dips on a new year, I would like to add more. Then looking for, hopefully we then bounce up and have a green yearly candle. I will try and get round to this. There is some Coinbase charts in there already, like MNDE Marinade, for example, is one of them. But yes, I can try and find time to have another one, or have another look through the Coinbase. Sorry, I got some alarms going off here. Yeah, FIS. I think he meant FIS. You said FISY, but I think you meant FIS. But anyway, mate. Yeah, I hope you're well. So FIS. I mean, we've had the drop. We've had the 2-year base or whatever it is. There is this. You can see this wick. I think it reminds me. I was going to say it reminds me a bit of XLM, but anyway. So we have this indecision candle, a doji candle. You can see that there is some sort of growth in volume, not huge yet, but it is growing, which is a good sign. It is growing. You get these spikes here so far. I just want to flick through a few of them. Yeah, they're I've seen the 9 EMA formed there, but that's a 2-week chart, so that's not overly important just yet. Now the 9-week is, that's a nice candle. It opens the door for continuation up here to fill more of this wick here. There is some of the wick filled, but this is kind of rounding up. You see this flat base, so it's kind of a I suppose you're kind of dropping there or something like that, but it is, and this is a higher U than here. See this U-shaped pattern? It is higher than here, kind of implying more strength, and it was bought back up on a higher low. So it is implying that there could be more upside here. The monthly is decent as well. This is a decent, took liquidity on the lower candle here, took liquidity here, bounced up. It is implying that there can be more upside now on a new quarter. Is that a quarterly? Yeah, that's a quarterly chart. I'll flip down to the smaller time frames shortly. I'm not sure which you're looking for. Yeah, midterm outlook. Okay, midterm outlook. I mean, this is exactly what you want to see here. It's a bullish 6-month stop hunt. Popping up, trying to take liquidity. I know there's a bit of a rejection there, but that, as long as you're holding above this line, there's no major issues as long as you're above this 6-month open. So like many coins this year, and they're all over the market, there is bearish yearly stop hunts on them, right? And we got that move. So we'll break it down now. We'll just go down to a weekly chart and have a look, see what's going on here. Yeah, some of these coins, I'm getting a lot of alarms now in the last 10 minutes. Lista started bouncing yesterday. I think it was up nearly 10% at one point, but I think it closed about 5% up on the day. I would prefer to be dipping slightly, but anyway, because I would like to buy more. But if it's going up, it's going up. Let's see, it's next year that's important. Okay, so we're here now. Here's your bearish stop hunt. Here's your range, your bearish stop hunt, and your the quarterly open. So what it is kind of suggesting now that we have this large candle, that you want to be looking for dips down here to take liquidity, and you have support. We will look. So down in here looks like a very nice point because it is above the 6-month open. I think it was, wasn't it? So down in here in the lower end of the candle, which would take liquidity in here, there is also this kind of support level with moving averages and all the rest, and the quarterly open. So dips down in here do look decent. I'm trying to find other examples. There's nothing really there. Just scrolling back out here, but you can see that we had a large wick here. Eventually it did fill, mostly down here, and it did fill and moved up. Kind of the same sort of principle here. It's above the white 100 here on a weekly, dips down anywhere close to the white 100. In theory, can be good buys in these patterns, in blueprint for success patterns. It's not the greatest blueprint for success pattern at all, but the white 100 usually needs to hold in these patterns. So dips down close to that can be buys, and then you want to watch to see if it's holding. And that is also dips above the 6-month open, and also that support level but also above the white 100 moving average, and all of these other moving averages. So dips down here look like then it would bounce higher to dips down here, then bounce back up to take liquidity here, and if all goes well, maybe we'll come back up to this level. So down here is looking decent, and definitely on watch. I just want to put some volume on this here. Yeah, I want to move that. It's too. I want to catch. Yeah, we'll go here because that's the one with the wick on it. See this volume here. There was a lot of buy volume down here. This base, what happened was, as you can see, this base here was consolidating, and that's where the volume is. And there was a lot of buy volume, and here was breakout volume. As you can see, this ended up being breakout volume because it negated the bearish candle. Number one, it's a bearish stop hunt, and it negated that. It also broke the candle up out of the base. And once then that was done, you can see then the price just continued. And it is important to kind of look for those. It's not always easy to find it, but that's an 80% bounce there in a few weeks. If you had spotted that was breakout volume trying to push out of here, so the dip then was great and it pushed it higher. Yeah, okay, mate. So that's how I would play it. There is a possibility of, like, when you get this double-edged doji, it is difficult and it is tricky, and it is likely to create, that is some sort of a range in itself as well. So it is likely going to be choppy in here. I just prefer buying at the bottom end of the range, right? And I find that the safest way. Would it or could it give you an entry point before that? Yeah, possibly. You would have to trade a new 3-day candle, for example, because of here, and maybe just attempt to see if it's actually just going to run. A small dip and a flip green on a new 3-day, because we're on a new 2-week candle at the moment. Might give us that kind of safe entry point. My favorite entry point is below here, if it gives it, or even just slightly above there. This 3-day candle somewhere there. That's my favorite point to be buying, and it's because of the large wick, right? It's because of the wick down here. I don't know if we'll get my favorite point, but that's where I would like to buy it. That's where I think it's safe to buy. But you possibly could get a trade on a new 3-day. We are into a new 2-week candle, so like a small dip and a flip green here might give some sort of continuation to the upside. So as much as I want to buy lower, it mightn't give it, and possibly you could trade a new 3-day candle tomorrow. Now these long dojis, I just want to show what happened. So we got one of those dojis on BTC. BTC, it actually just did go higher, but do you see what happened afterwards? See the chop that did give you the fill later down here? That is something that could happen as well on this coin, FIS. Maybe the small dip on a new 3-day might actually give a bounce just like Bitcoin did, but you got to take quick profits because it might want to come back down and fill the range. Now I didn't even look at this example, but in the back of my mind I knew that we had a long double-legged doji here on Bitcoin, but I hadn't looked at it. But now this is, it's confirming exactly what I was saying in the first place, that down here is my favorite place to buy, but it might move before that. So anyway, mate, I hope that helps. I hope you're well. Hope you had a good weekend, and I hope you have a great Christmas also.